I found the receipts in the trash. Not by accident. I was angry, suspicious, and late that night, pacing our small apartment like a man trying to talk himself out of a nightmare he already suspected. There they were. 2 dinner bills, 3 hotel keys, and a note with a name I didn't recognize scrawled in her handwriting. My heart stalled. I held the crumpled papers as if they might burn me, but they didn't. They cut straight to the bone. She came home later, humming, a perfume-laced oblivion wrapping her in false warmth. She kissed me like nothing was wrong. I could taste the lie on her lips. I pretended not to notice, sitting at the kitchen counter, my hands clenching so tight my knuckles turned white. I picked up dinner, she said, sliding the bag across the table. Figured you'd be starving. Her smile was casual, practiced. I wanted to scream. I wanted to shake her until she admitted it, until she spilled every detail, every secret I was somehow just discovering. But I stayed silent, letting her words crawl over me like venom. The next day I confronted her. Carefully, slowly, like I was speaking to a stranger. Who is he? I asked, holding the receipts between us like evidence in a courtroom. Her face went pale. Then she laughed. Not a genuine laugh, but the kind that tries to erase guilt by pretending the world is joking along. Hussam, it's not what you think, she said. It was complicated. Complicated. I felt the world tilt. We've been together for 5 years. Complicated is not dinner at a hotel, not texts I've seen that I don't even want to read aloud. My voice shook. She looked away, fiddling with her phone. She didn't deny it. I couldn't stay. I walked out. I told her I needed space, but what I really meant was I needed a hammer and the courage to demolish what we had. I stayed with a friend, sleeping on a couch that felt more honest than our bedroom ever did. A week passed. Each day I built a quiet wall around my heart, brick by brick, learning to breathe through the ache. Then she called. My phone lit up with her name, the same name that once made me smile without thinking. Hussam, she said, voice trembling. I need to tell you something. I know what you need to tell me, I said flatly, the anger beneath the calm simmering. I'm pregnant, she whispered. The words hit me like a train. I froze. My chest constricted. Part of me wanted to believe her, wanted to soften, but my mind wouldn't let me. I had seen the receipts. I had heard the lies. I had felt her betrayal like a fist to the gut. Are you serious? I asked, my voice low. Yes, she said. I want us to work this out. For the baby. I laughed, though it was bitter, cracked. The baby? Of course. That's the plan, isn't it? Scare me into staying? Make me feel guilty for leaving. She didn't respond immediately. I could hear her breathing. Maybe she hoped I'd melt. Maybe she thought love could cover lies. Do you think this changes anything? I asked finally. Do you think a pregnancy undoes the nights you lied to me? The dinners you shared with him? The things I'll never unsee in my mind. I just didn't want to lose you, she said, her voice breaking. I lost you the moment you chose someone else over me, I said. You don't get to bargain for my forgiveness with the life you helped create outside of us. The call ended. I didn't call back. I didn't cry. Not yet. I just sat in silence, letting the truth sink in, letting the betrayal feel its full weight. She showed up a few days later at my apartment, unannounced. She had the same pleading look I remembered from the first months of our relationship. Eyes wide, lips trembling, hands twisting in anxious loops. I'm pregnant, she said again, like repeating it would make me listen differently this time. I know, I said. And it changes nothing. Tears ran down her face. She fell to her knees. Please, Hussam. I love you. We can fix this. We can. Stop, I said sharply. Do you know what I see? I see a woman who cheated, lied, and tried to manipulate me with a secret she thought I wouldn't discover. That's what I see. I don't see love. I see control and cowardice. She screamed. She begged. She cried. The neighbors probably heard. But I stayed standing. Solid. Done. I walked to the door, opened it, and looked at her one last time. I wanted to tell her that I forgave her for everything, but not for the thing I needed most. Honesty. I wanted to tell her that I hoped she would someday learn how to be truthful. Instead, I just said, I'm leaving. And no, you don't get me back. And I closed the door. I spent the rest of the night on my balcony, staring at the city lights, feeling the kind of empty that isn't peaceful. It's heavy, it presses on your chest, and somehow it makes you feel more alive than the betrayal ever did. I thought about her, about the child, about all the years we had invested in each other like a shared bank account I didn't even know she was withdrawing from. But I also felt a strange clarity, a calm I hadn't known I could carry. The truth hurts, but the truth sets you free. I was free now, even if it came at the cost of heartbreak. Even if I would forever wonder about the what-ifs that no one would ever answer. I didn't stalk her. I didn't retaliate. I didn't prove anything to the world but myself. I let her lies fall apart without my participation. And as the night deepened, I felt the first trace of something that had been buried under shock and rage: relief. Some betrayals demand action. Some demand silence. Some demand just leaving and letting the consequences find those who deserve them. I chose the last. I went to bed that night alone, but for the first time in weeks, I slept without dread. Tomorrow would come. Life would go on. I had survived the betrayal, and in that survival, I found something I hadn't realized I was missing: myself.